Hello. Today I want to talk about the importance of doing nothing. A lot of times we have dogs that are called in for training that have what I call busy brains. They struggle with settling down, especially settling down when their people want them to, as opposed to when they are kind of burnt out from being active all day or in their own time. We put a lot of emphasis on our dogs being able to settle in our household, in part because we have so many, but also because it helps them to feel a lot more content. And my dogs are just hanging out. So this is Nessie, this is the new poodle that we took in, but we have a whole bunch of dogs who are just relaxing. Essentially, we are practicing that there is nothing for them to do, so I'd like for them to choose to do nothing. That doesn't mean it has to be all day, but I don't want them constantly searching for stuff to do, especially if they're not a sports dog. Now, several of these dogs are. They do agility, they do barn hunt, they do GRC, bike joring, but I still want them to be able to settle down when nothing is happening, so that's a really important thing to teach. A lot of times we need to facilitate that with our dogs. So that might be having them on a leash when nothing is going on. But I find that this is such a helpful exercise for kind of cutting through all of the chaos in their brains. And if they're used to kind of being dopamine junkies and they're used to constantly searching out activities to do, then they will continue doing that. It's very much like human brains. If we are struggling with doing nothing or just relaxing, then oftentimes we'll just continue our own cycles, and breaking those cycles is really hard. If you are used to doom scrolling on your phone, you have to be very active about changing your behavior patterns normally. So with these dogs, we tend to put in a little bit of extra effort, and we help them find that they don't have to do something all the time. So for those dogs, I would recommend having them on leash more in the house. Sometimes we'll set up playpens. We have different areas set up for different dogs. I find this especially valuable in multi-dog households because especially if you have one new dog coming in, then they're like, oh my gosh, there's another dog here. There's something for me to do all the time now. And they'll just go from person to dog, back to person, looking for something to do. So if your dog has a habit of nagging you, even when maybe they've just gone for a walk or they've gone for play, instead of doing a game of fetch just to keep them occupied, I would practice just doing nothing and hanging out so that they can learn how to decompress on their own, which is such a valuable skill. We just had a delivery dropped off, and the front door has been open and closed several times while filming this, and we haven't heard a peep. So that's one of the reasons why I find this is really helpful. Dogs don't need to be passed out. They don't need to be dead to the world. But this tends to help dogs function better so they aren't always go, 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 go. So put them on leash, make it so that it's really easy for them to choose the behaviors that we want them to choose. Just a quick note to add, it is also very important for helping your dog to get enough sleep. Even adult dogs are supposed to get 16 hours of sleep or so a day compared to us, 12 to 16 depending on the dog, but it is beneficial for them to slow down and take a nap in the middle of the day. For puppies, it's supposed to be even more than that. So for every hour and a half to 2 hours a puppy is up, it should be taking an hour and a half to 2 hour long nap. So starting this when they are young tends to help build those healthy patterns when they're older. A lot of times when puppies are overly tired, they are kind of presenting like they are really energetic. They are extra nippy, they're extra playful, they're extra frustrated, so we tend to try and work them through it when that would actually be a fantastic time to put them down for a nap so that they can learn to emotionally regulate better. So several reasons why I like practicing that, but that's the gist of it.